Thank you for coming. I'd like to call to order this January 12th, 2026. Notice I've got that Wednesday, 25. Meeting of the Snohomish County Fire District 4 Board of Commissioners to order. Please stand and join me with the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please let the record show all three commissioners are present. Does anyone have any requests for changes in the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to, since this is a new board, to have the chairman and vice chairman elected for 2026. And also,
Do we want to add that to the discussion or
Action.
and also on the December 16th, Local 2694 sent the commissioners of Fire District 4 a letter, and I'd like us to look at that as well this evening.
Under discussion items. Anything else? Okay. The minutes of the December 8th, 2025 meeting were distributed. Any corrections, additions, deletions? I noticed one thing in section 9, under staff comments. This page. It's on page 5. Chief Osborne was discussing, wait, where did we go? Oh, there it is. Actually, the second sentence. Maintenance and the chaplains have been preparing for the move to, should that say Station 44? rather than-
No, it'd be 40, but it can say Station 40 now if we want. Station 40 will be Phillips. That's where they won't go to 44 until 43 Street.
Oh,
So they're going to 40 for now, they'll be at 40 until 43 moves.
well, that makes more sense.
Back here.
Because I'm thinking, well, they're preparing well in advance for that. Okay,
Yeah, so they'll be at Phobes until this one comes back.
sure, yeah, I was worried that, okay. All right, never mind. Anything else? No. Those are approved as presented. Now's the time of the meeting when members of the public can make comments to the board on items that are not on the agenda. Would anyone like to speak? We ask that you limit your comments to 3 minutes, if so. No? No brave souls? Anything online, Chief?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Moving right along, we have a distinct pleasure tonight. It's an important part of our job, but it's also a very enjoyable part. and that is the welcoming of new people into the Fire District 4 family. Chief, do you want to?
Yeah. We can have firefighter McLeod come up. And I believe you have somebody to pin the badge.
Yep.
Just for the board, Tyler was a graduate of the 24-2 Academy and was hired full-time December 1st of 2025.
Cool.
All right. Okay, you got it?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
I, Tyler McLeod, do swear that I uphold the ideals, expectations, values, and policies of Snohomish Fire District 4. As a firefighter, my duty is to safeguard and preserve life, health, and property against the fire and other perils. I will never allow my personal feeling or danger to self deter me from my responsibilities as a firefighter. I will complete my duties to the best of my ability and with fairness and without prejudice. I will at all times respect the property and rights of all. I will constantly strive to achieve the objectives and ideals that the fire service instills. I accept this office badge as a symbol of public faith and wear it as a reminder of my dedication to the ethics of the fire service.
Just stick it right in his chest.
Marine style, is it?
Go ahead.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Next up is Eric Susi. And Eric Susi was a graduate of the 25-1 Academy and was also hired December 1st.
You should say that for Tyler. That's
Yeah.
what I did. Okay. I missed it. Okay. Go ahead.
I, Eric Susi, do swear that I will uphold the ideals, expectations, values, and policies of Snohomish Fire District 4. As a firefighter, my duty is to safeguard and preserve life, health, and property against fires and other perils. I will never allow personal feeling or danger to self deter me from my responsibilities as a firefighter. I will complete my duties to the best of my ability with fairness and without prejudice. I will, at all times, respect the property and rights of all. I will constantly strive to achieve the objectives and ideals that the fire service instills. I accept this office badge as a symbol of public faith and wear it as a reminder of my dedication to the ethics of the fire service.
How do you do this?
Just stick in my chest.
Can't see. Congratulations. I want to say something real quick about these two that makes it even more special. So, a little bit different with them because they were part-timers and we got to hire them as full-time. And so, we are really excited when we get to take that program and convert them to the full-time and let them see their dream here. So we lose a lot to other departments because we don't hire enough of great people, but just wanted to give a special round of them that we got to keep two of the great ones. So thank you.
And we have one other, well, I was gonna say newcomer, but he's not really, he's coming back. He's got to recycle. Got to recycle.
Okay.
Say anything first?
Nope. You're good to go.
all
I
you.
want you to be the center of attention.
All right, well, okay. I, Richard Flath, being first duly sworn upon oath, will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington, and faithfully and impartially discharge and perform the duties of Fire District Commissioner of Snohomish County Fire District 4, Washington, to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Commissioner Klaus, that's a 6-year term, so
Oh, yeah.
you got him for a while.
All right, congratulations.
We will take a short recess. thank you for allowing us the latitude to get that done. Where are we? We are at accounts payable, receivable, and payroll. Any questions there, gentlemen?
I've got a couple.
I do too. Go ahead, you first.
Okay, Mr. Osborne's not here, but,
Good, we can beat him
page 4, number 4954,
Okay.
a leak in apparatus number 447.
Page 13.
Page 13 on that one.
Have no idea.
I was just wondering if it was another leak, similar to the last air leak that they, what kind of leak was it?
So it goes on 447, you're specifically talking about the 2900.
Yeah,
I do recall, one of the rigs having a air leak. Sean, what's 447, do you know off the top of your head? That's a engine or a medic, and one had a coolant.
I was like,
So-
this one
it'd be,
was-
if it was another air leak, I'm wondering if it's, second one in a couple of months, is it some oddball thing, or is it?
I don't have the specifics, but I
Okay,
feel like
that's
one of
fine.
them was a repeat customer, like we'd had it in scene once for
We
similar.
also had another one that had a power steering leak that was the booster for the brake system.
Yeah, well, the last one I asked about was, I think it was last month, there was
Yeah.
specifically, it was a air leak, and it was a fairly high bill, it took them a while to chase it down to figure it out, so I.
That was the
Just-
Kodiak, the Chapman.
Just curiosity, okay, and then, on my sheet, page 4 and page 5, we got apparatus 445 and 449, are those similar apparatus? I'm just guessing by, apparatus number.
No,
No?
they're just numbered by when we buy them, so.
Are they, I didn't know how the
Yeah,
number system worked.
it's sequential. so,
Okay, okay.
I mean, it
Anyway.
might be the same, but it doesn't have to do with.
They were both PMs, one was almost double the price of the other one.
Where's the sheet, there's all the.
I'm looking.
What number was that?
4954 and 4961. And there were, one was fixed at one agency and the other one was fixed at a new
Well,
agency.
there you go.
So I was wondering. if
The
that's-
one that went to the new agency was an engine, it was an annual with the pump test. I
Okay.
know specifically on that one, so that one was probably more money.
Actually, that one is cheaper
Okay.
by $250.
We found it, Jason.
You found it? Okay, never mind, Brian.
They were both PMs, so that's, I was just curious.
What did you need, Craig?
Well, I was just trying to do a comparison between the two PMs.
What are the numbers though? What, sorry, that's.
4954 and 4961.
Oh, 49, no, we don't have, we have 3-digit numbers.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He's talking about the,
449.
About the account number,
Yeah.
or account payable number,
Tulalip Bay was.
the numbers down the left.
the left-hand
You just
side.
lose your
And on
no,
my,
I just
I
have
know.
no idea where he's at.
I know.
Because Numbers.
page 4 and 5 on
It's
my,
page 13.
Yeah, 13.
page 13.
Yeah, but you wanna know if the two apparatus numbers are the same, right?
Are they both engines, are they both?
Yeah, so can you give me the apparatus numbers? That's what I was.
Oh, 445 and 449.
445 is a Medic 43, I believe.
449 is MSO.
Okay. 439, which I think, so if you look at the far right of your page, 439, see the far right, not the 4-digit number, the far right has the apparatus numbers.
Yeah, that's what he's.
So we're trying to go through like 3 different forms,
Yeah.
so.
Is it critical?
It's not critical, I was just trying to compare apples
So
to
it
apples.
gives us, so go to the thing you want.
Okay, so I got page 4, let's see up here, page 4, and 49,
can give me, can I go back there and then give you, those are the apparatus numbers.
Okay.
So if you give me those, then I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Apparatus number 445,
so that's,
That's a medic.
the ambulance unit, yeah. Mhm.
okay, and apparatus number 449, which is done by Tulalip Bay.
449 is an Explorer MSO rig.
And they were both PM, so I was wondering what the difference there's a $250 price tag difference.
Medic unit versus an Explorer.
All that, and that's what I was
Yeah.
curious about. Just trying to compare things, if they're apple to apple or apple to orange.
So, when you look through those numbers on the page of the APs, those aren't, there might be 3-page forms.
Okay.
So if you can give us, because those, we have to print them off of Springbrook and then just put them into the thing, so the pages are hard for us, and they're not in number, the left number is not in
Yeah,
number.
I'm looking at them when I pull up my spreadsheet here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you can get the PDF number, we can be a lot
Okay,
quicker.
fine, no
Yeah.
problem. Those are the only ones that I had questions about. That answers my questions.
Anything from you, Richard?
No.
I have two. One is from System Design for GEMT prep costs.
That's an annual bill for the ground emergency medical transport, the $1 million revenue that we get. That's the prep costs for that whole application to HCA.
Okay.
The
So that-
healthcare authority wants
That's
things.
our cost of earning $1 million.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure. I don't think I had ever seen that one before.
Yeah.
Or if it'd been there, I missed it.
It just hits once a month, or I mean, once a year, you know.
So it's another one of those
Usually
things that if I just put it out of my mind, I won't work. Kind of like paying for the.
I just, right,
Audit.
this year was about 1.1 million, and we paid $30,000 plus my time.
That's a pretty good return on our investment.
Yeah, pretty fair return.
The second was, and this is minor, but there was a thing from Vestas Group for janitorial costs. I thought we were not having any.
That's just supplies.
Oh, just supplies.
Supplies only.
Got it, okay. Cool. Good job. We'll get the numbering thing figured out
Yeah,
in
we'll
about
figure
3
that out
years.
sooner.
Yes. It would be nice if we earned numbers, but I get it, Springbrook assigns the numbers as they go in, and then depending on when they get
That's a-
paid is when they go on the
By-
sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's by each individual report or batch, so you get multiple batches in there.
Sure, right, yeah.
Vehicle maintenance.
Yes. So you have the ILA, we're pretty much in agreement with it, but the yellow highlight, we still have to do on a couple other things with the school district. And so basically, the school district will agree to start doing our maintenance for us. They'll hire a position. The position will be quote unquote ours. Ours will always come first for them. And then when they're not doing our stuff, they can float to the school district. And when we need more people, other school district, the maintenance people can come and help on our apparatus. And so I have the numbers in there, we're gonna increase our cost a little bit, but not that much, but Greg and Gary believe that they can move, right? Because right now, when we're paying $158 an hour, we try to send the very least amount of things to serve her. And so we went through and figured out, estimated we can spend about another 200 hours worth of work there. That means Gary doesn't have to do it and focus on other things. Then you take that and the time.
And it's 5 minutes.
I would say the time that we do shuffling Gary and Riggs to Monroe versus Bickford is, it's an hour out of Sean's day or Jason's
Somebody
day
else's
or
day, go there and go
Greg's
back.
day or Aaron or whoever we can
Yeah.
get to
Sure.
shuffle Gary around.
Which items will still go to Tolite?
Probably, well, the goal will be nothing. The only things, some of the third-party stuff that Surfer doesn't do, Tulip probably also won't do, the school district probably won't do, like when we replace an engine. So we might still send some things out to third party. Other than that, it might be something if this person isn't, you know, we don't know who they're hiring or how experienced. So if they're not really experienced and we get something technical on the hydraulics of the ladder or the pump or something that's very
Right.
specific.
Because there's levels of certification.
Correct. And then so they might get the certification they've never done. Let's say one of their mechanics wants to, because this will be a.
Ain't never worked on a transmission before.
So we get the EVT cert, but they've actually never worked on it. We might say, let's just send that. And then the only thing that we really don't have, that they can't do because of equipment is like the pump test.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so we might send that to Layla.
Right.
But other than that, pretty much nothing. Everything that went to Surfer was gonna go to Layla will now go to school district. But we'll still have that agreement with Layla just in case, you know, maybe
Sure.
the mechanic, the EVT mechanic breaks his hip and is out for 7 months. We would then,
Yeah.
you know, and then we'd have to figure out how to do that with the school district.
Yeah, so keep both, right?
Correct, exactly. And we technically still have the one with Surfer.
Is there, they still use a pit for pump testing, you know, in recycling?
I believe so. I haven't.
They have one at Tulane?
No, they have, I think Greg said they had a portable something.
Yeah, they might have a trailer. Sometimes they'll
Yeah.
put a holding tank on a trailer and hook up and they recycle the water through a tank.
I was just curious. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so it'll come back hopefully next month with a final one for you guys
Okay.
to accept. And so, like I said in there, we'll make a budget adjustment, which will be larger than we need, and then what we'll end up doing is save a lot of our maintenance line item, because we'll put it in a different line item. We'll save a lot of our maintenance line item, because we have been paying, instead of paying for each repair, we're gonna be paying a flat rate for each year.
Got it.
For the year.
that's kind of exciting to get, you know, that partnership. Well, we've had a pretty good partnership with the school district, so to just kind of nurture that and keep a good working
Yeah.
relationship.
And then us and Surfer and South County, not Surfer, us and South County and the school district are also meeting about building a brand new facility, because,
Somewhere, yeah.
yeah, South County needs one, and it's in their bond, it's going to the voters in November, I think. And then the school district is looking at moving there and needing a new one. Obviously, we're more of a tag along in that discussion, but we're in there to help do it together. So
Sure.
we could be going together with a new facility too.
Well, and depending upon how much flexibility the school district has, it may behoove them to look even outside these two fire districts and go larger.
Then we're talking about maintenance, warehousing, and facilities maintenance, because
Yeah.
the school district needs all three of those things, Surfer needs all three of those things, we don't have any of those
Everybody-
things.
everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So-
Okay,
I have a question on 3F in that, with the school district.
On what?
3F,
3F?
Yeah.
Okay.
it says,
what page is that, Ricky?
I guess it's 31. That's what it says on the top of my,
Okay.
my little sheet there.
Correct.
It just says there, you know, in kind, District 4 will supply medics at SSD high school football games. And so I have a question there. Is it both high schools in the district?
Yes, and we've been doing that
Okay,
since before I got here, so.
okay,
Both of those things are not new things, those are what we provide in 3F. Both of
Okay.
those are what we currently provide to the school district.
and trainers for CPR the same?
Currently provided.
Okay, and so is that just a high school, is that just the varsity? Or is it the JVs as well? They're both high school games.
Just the varsity. It's, since
Perhaps that should be listed there. And then it doesn't have anything to do with the location.
all of them are at the current high school
But it
field.
doesn't say that here in this.
We can add it in, we don't think we need to add it in, and this went through
Okay.
SNR, are in there legal, but we can add it in, but
Yeah.
we're capturing what we've already and have historically.
For location, are you talking about an away
Well,
game
for
in Mount
instance-
Vernon or something?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. you know, they might say, well, you have it in there that you're gonna provide medics, and, you know, I think we need to,
Specify.
be more specific in some of these things.
Just put the word home.
Yeah, I don't know if we go to.
Home games, yeah.
Yeah,
Home
we can do
games,
that.
You could say
It's-
something like that, yeah.
It's,
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, it gets,
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about the yellow, section on page 33? What's
that's
that?
still we gotta get some details. The school district's gotta work out some details, that's why it's highlighted.
Okay, so that'll be totally different, or may not be different.
Yeah,
the next
there's
time.
probably adjusted,
Okay.
would be a better way of saying it.
All right. Thank you.
Since Chief Osborne isn't here, it's like Chief Waller gets to talk about the garage sale.
Before we get. to
Wait,
that,
what?
We skipped payroll and AR, we didn't, you didn't touch those at all, accounts receivable.
I thought I had mentioned,
If you did, I didn't hear.
okay.
So I just wanna make
Maybe
sure.
I didn't, I don't know.
That we
The camera will know.
specifically mentioned the payroll and the accounts receivable.
Okay, if I didn't mention it before, all three, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and payroll are all approved by acclamation.
There we go.
Thank you.
I was going to ask about how much more we expect from the city. Are there other things, like later on, you talk about laying in the fiber, you know, optics? Are we paying for the whole thing and then they're paying us back for that, or? are
No.
they, since it's kind of on hold down there, are we just gonna do our part of it, or?
Well, we've already, there's still things that will be coming in bills of all the things we've agreed to.
Okay.
So then each item that's not agreed to would have to be agreed to again. So, for example, you talk about, item 8G, that is already split. So Mills billing us for our part and the city for their part, so you don't see the city's part.
Now we're on the surface.
Yes, the two surplus resolutions, both reviewed by Schnur, and you have the addendum on the first one that has all the specific items, and the second one's the general, so we can get rid of the building. And any other things that aren't required to be, documented.
Yeah.
So we could have another, there may be another resolution like the first one as we continue to figure out
Figure
parts
out
and
what,
pieces.
what actually is gonna be left.
Correct.
I did have one on the gas oven, the Wolf oven. I thought originally that belonged to the Silver Dollar Club when it was moved up from Station 41.
There was rumor of that, and here's my answer. Any logical person, state auditor, would assume that we own that as part of a building. So if you can't, somebody can't prove it, nobody's been able to come, except rumors that it was not ours, I have to assume it was
Sure.
ours.
Oh, yeah, right,
Yes.
I understand.
But we've heard that rumor, but nobody can bring anything besides
Ask,
feeling.
ask your brother.
There's not gonna be any documentation.
There's no documentation, and like I said,
So was the dishwasher.
right, yeah, well, like the dishwasher and the electric range and the original refrigerator, but all those have been replaced.
And the ice machine, you know, all
All those
those
have been
other,
replaced.
so
That's where I am, so if the auditor comes and says, how did you get rid of that? And I say, well, I think the Silver Dollar Club owned it, they're gonna laugh at me.
Yeah, yeah, we have no proof.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
that's
for-
fine.
just
That's
hearsay.
fine. I just said.
What's the status of the Silver Dollar now?
Oh, we're up and moving,
Okay,
under President.
so I would defer to them as to
That's what I told
whether,
them. If they can bring something that shows.
well, no, if they are interested in pursuing that.
Chief and I had a discussion last week about this subject, and his thinking makes a lot of sense. I can't prove it, we've looked through documents, we can't find any receipts for it. It's, and as Amber says, we don't want it.
I say, they could probably buy that for like $5.
Yeah.
I guess.
You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Or if they really want it, we can make them pay the cost of disposal.
It's at least $12 scrap
What's the
steel.
price of scrap iron's like
I think
3 cents a
Down
pound
down
down
by
there.
replacing Maltby for scrap iron, you probably make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like 3 cents a pound, the thing's gotta weigh, what, 2,000
You
pounds?
might get a couple of bucks.
But yeah, I believe the Silver Dog Club is happy to release that rumor to the garage sale.
Okay, all right,
In resolution 584, when it talks about the current district administration building, that doesn't include this building, right?
Correct.
Okay,
We don't own this building. We couldn't surplus it if we wanted to.
okay.
Technically, we already did surplus it. I'll take that back. We surplused it when we had to surplus it to be able to release our interest to the city. But the city of Snohomish owns this building
And the properties.
and the property sitting.
And then one back here?
The city of Snohomish owns that building too.
All right. Okay.
We have a lease agreement that we are leasing it for rent-free for in-kind services. For 10 years. Maximum 10 years. Or until they build a facility for.
To be determined. I'll entertain a motion to pass resolutions 582 and 584.
second,
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Moving on to the fence repair at RLB. Was that just somebody crashing into it?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know, enjoy a ride and took a left turn and, oh, there's a fence here.
Feel like we get those about every 3 months.
Maybe we should be like the people with the mailboxes that put a, concrete thing and said, let's get some real car damage going. Well, we can have some rescue training.
Greg was able to find a fence repair for less than the payment from the insurance company.
Oh, good.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
I did have one question on that. The recommendations to move 10,745 from general reserves onto that line item. And then the PA is for $4,100. What,
I think that was just a typo when the first repair was more than that. And so, he went back out and got more quotes and we went to 4,000. We probably didn't adjust to that, so.
okay, yeah,
If you-
I saw the difference in those two.
Yeah. Do you want to change it to 4,500 or 5,000? Because there might be other little costs. What do we have the PA?
PA's for 4,100.
4,100.
We can approve it for that, changes. we can fix it.
Yeah.
So just match the transfers to the PA.
And then will you match that for the transfer? Instead of the 10 grand, it's only.
Yeah, you have to give us one motion that has those two things. You have to tell us exactly what to transfer, so just match that for the PA, whatever you.
I move that we transfer the PA price of
Yeah.
$4,100.
That's PA 25.53.
Yeah. Yeah, and, we're gonna move from general reserves, the $4,100, right? And what was the second one then we needed to do? Change?
Approve the purchase authorization
Oh,
of that same.
and approve the purchase authorization for $4,100.
And we'll just clarify because this is important for the state auditor, we're moving 4,100 from general reserves to line 76-3124.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I second. Been moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So during the construction of Station 41 and 43, we have to have a company that tests stuff, make sure it does what it's supposed to do. And we have a, is it a PA?
Yep.
Yeah,
2601.
2026-01 for Terracon for $15,500. And this is already, it's in the capital budget. We just need to approve this particular expenditure. Any questions or discussion on
Nope, I move that we approve the, it's listed as 16,000 from F75378. We'll leave it at 16,000. Approve PA 2026-01 to Terracon for the testing of materials.
that? I second that.
I have a question.
Okay.
The bid, I think, was May 1st, 2025. Is that still a good bid?
Yes.
Okay.
They asked about it and we sent it to us again, asking if we had taken action on it. So they are aware that we're taking action on it now. We just decided, the bid for the station was for both stations. They wanted both stations and we told them, we'll do one and look at the other. We were basically making sure that we wanted to continue to work with them and.
Right. Kind of like the asbestos. Want to make sure.
Correct, we didn't want to enter into an agreement if
Yeah.
it wasn't working well, and so.
I agree.
This is just signing the other part of the agreement. We made them split it out, but they're well aware that we are taking that exact bid to this meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
I got a quick go back. That PA that you guys approved in the fund, that money was to come out of, we changed that fund number from 3124 to 3113. Just to be accurate in notes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Was that just a bookkeeping change?
Yeah, we had
Changed
two
the actual number of
3124s.
it.
Yeah, we had one in Fund 70 and one in Fund 76.
Oh,
And then
with the same number?
they're both for maintenance supplies.
Aye.
And so that's how it was set up, and we fixed it, because one would get selected sometimes when it went into the wrong
Yeah,
fund.
proper.
Even though we merged 76 into 70, still was, for clarification,
Do we need to
much better.
do anything?
I think we can just,
If you just accept that as a friendly amendment, I think we're fine.
We will.
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
3113, thank you.
Okay.
And we'll fix the PA too.
Okay.
We just need to vote to.
For,
Carol. No, we didn't vote.
Did we vote? I don't know.
No?
Yeah.
No, she says no.
No, I didn't think we voted. Because
Sorry.
Richard had a
Yeah.
question, so we went to
I
discussion.
trust Shauna.
Yeah.
She has caught me before.
Yeah, we didn't vote.
This is for the PA for Terracon, 2026.01, correct?
Yep.
All right. It was moved, seconded, we had discussion. Call for the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, is that for the
Do you have anything I can throw?
A mouse?
Oh, no, Shauna will grab it.
She's looking for a new one.
Uh-oh.
Furniture.
Furnishing. Wait a minute. That next. Yes, it is. Furnishings. We have already budgeted, but the bid amount that was adopted was about 1.5 million or close to that, right?
For change orders or for?
For the The owner provided items,
So we had about, $500,000 in furnishings,
yeah,
and then about, we had 1.3 in change orders, which is
okay.
owner provided kind of fit in two of those things, a little bit in both, because the
Okay.
change order one, we just decided to not wrap up the bid. We actually lowered the 1.3 to 1 million a few months ago, because we've been doing really well. So the total budget change orders, which some owner provided in change orders and some in the furniture is 1.5 million.
That's where I was,
Going.
thought I was going.
Okay, just making sure.
And we are currently now budgeting, it looks like about 837,600, right?
Correct.
Any question or discussion on that?
No,
So they, just Richard's getting back in, so on that budget, the green stuff on the change order is those owner provided things that are not true change orders.
Got
As the strict sense of the word. Those are ones that we knew we were going to be adding in because we didn't
At
have.
some
it
point in
fully.
time.
All the other ones on the change order side are just the standard. We thought we were gonna do an A, and we did a B.
Yep. We good on that? I'll move that we approve that budgeted amount of 837,600 for owner-provided furnishings and change orders.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we're looking at a purchase authorization to WorkPoint to supply a majority, if not all, of the furniture for Station 41. After testing chairs ad nauseum, did you finally find one that you liked?
We think so. We think so. We're gonna hold.
Wait, is it not a unanimous choice?
No, we're just making, you never know if the real thing shows up like the demo.
And have the rank and file
Yeah.
been able to, oh, no.
We were told not to talk.
Are they more comfortable than those chairs?
Maybe.
Little?
Depends. Some people think yes, some people think no.
Oh, okay.
Those of high intellectual stature think yes, and we think no.
Ouch.
That's accurate.
Is that workplace harassment? I just.
No. Yeah.
They are literally that same model, the second generation of that same exact chair.
Oh, all right.
They're more flexible.
Yeah, they are more flexible.
Well, yeah, because firefighters need to leave back. Any further discussion on that? We're looking at $210,000 for purchase authorization number 2603-6201.
I'll move that we approve that purchase authorization 2026-03.
I'll second
And that comes out of F-75, 378.
Correct.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And then finally, getting fiber into Station 41. This is actually for backup, correct?
Well,
Through the school district? Oh, we're not.
well, I'd say
maybe
it's
not?
backup internet, but it's our primary access to dispatch. So it's kind of serves two
Oh.
functions. So it's our
Okay.
dark fiber internet directly to dispatch for locution, MDCs, cross staffing CAT, and it's our backup internet.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay.
So are we, this still goes into the funny black box over there, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Which makes me nervous. Can't do anything about that.
Correct.
Any questions? And half of this goes to 50% paid by the city, correct?
Yeah, but not part of, so Milne said that they were willing to invoice us two separately, so this is all our portion. We won't ever see the city's bill. Milne's gonna bill the city for theirs and us for ours, and not have to do the
The
reconciliation.
pay and get it back, which is cleaner, right?
It is.
Alright. Make a motion to approve purchase authorization 2026.02 for $13,000 from F 75-378.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Richard, you wanted to add a discussion about a letter that we got. You wanna?
Right, yeah. You know about that too, didn't you? Well, I guess I'm just coming in here, I don't know if there's been discussions or so beforehand, but it, can I read it? Would that be okay? So, you folks know what it is?
It's your prerogative.
Possibly, I have no.
Okay, well, this comes from your president, and it says district and local collaboration. It says, dear commissioners, and this was December 16th. IAFF Local 2694 is reaching out to share our concerns about the direction our relationship with the district has taken. Over the past few years, collaboration has steadily declined, and we now have reached a point where working together has become increasingly untenable. Recently, Local 2694 submitted a grievance regarding a violation of a LOU that had been agreed to only a few months prior. Instead of engaging in direct discussion, we were instructed to communicate solely with the district's attorney and Local 2694's attorney. This approach prevents meaningful dialogue and makes it far more difficult to resolve issues productively. This rejection of collaboration has placed Local 2694 in a position where we are no longer willing to continue attempting to collaborate under these conditions, as we feel we are no longer able to do so productively. We are also concerned that the district does not have an effective staffing plan for 2026. Additionally, there are not enough debit opportunities available for our members to meet their contractual debit obligations, despite the collective bargaining agreement requiring the district to provide them. At the end of 2024, nearly half of Local 2694 received reprimands for being unable to meet these obligations, an issue we fear will be repeated for 2026 without meaningful changes. Local 2694 remains committed to rebuilding a stronger, more collaborative relationship with the district. In that spirit, we respectfully request the opportunity to meet with board members individually to discuss these concerns along with other challenges we are experiencing in hope of restoring trust and establishing a healthier, more effective work relationship. Thank you for your time and attention. We look forward to the opportunity to speak with you. And then it was signed sincerely, Chris Joy. So, I guess just coming in out of the blue, you know, it sounds like something isn't going well, you know, between the local and us, I guess. And so, if there's something that I can do that, you know, or we can do together, you know, maybe just listen, maybe that's what they just want us to do. I think that's something we should strive to do, you know, because we want a more harmonious workforce together, and because that benefits everybody, that benefits them, benefits us, benefits our community, and I think that's really the key part. If there are some things there that we can do that really can help, so if there's tensions or something like that, it doesn't spill out into what people are doing, either work or things like that. So, I thought we ought to talk about it, you know, and I'm not aware of any of these things that he indicates has transpired here. So, if you folks can enlighten me on that, that would be fine, you
Sure.
know.
Did you meet with them?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have they reached out to you?
Oh, yeah, they have, and there hasn't been a time that's worked out well
All right.
for that, so, but I did think it was addressed not just to me, but to the commissioners, you know.
Right.
And that's why I think that's important that we have an opportunity to talk about it, you know.
I want to preface the whole thing by saying we need to be careful. We need to be careful about the discussions that we have that might be construed to be interfering with collective bargaining. You know, we want to make sure, because that's his purview with the local, right? It's not, we historically have not been involved in that. It's not saying we couldn't, but we are not right now. And we don't want to get in a place where we say something that is taken by the local to mean, oh, well, then we're gonna do this. So we need to be careful about the conversation that we have. Just preface it with that. I did meet with Chris and with Gabe, had a good conversation with him for probably an hour and a half. And you know, there are always three sides to a story, or more. So I took the information that they provided to me and been considering it. Had a short conversation with the chief to find out where things are with regard to their grievances and their concerns. And that's what I'm doing for now, me personally. I don't, as a board, I can't suggest that we do anything.
Yeah, I responded to them and I haven't met with them yet, do have a date set up. Same kind of thing, I told them, at least in my response to their letter, that there would probably be a lot of back and forth, like you said, Brian. There's always multiple viewpoints to a story, and so
Yeah.
that was my indication to them originally. And I'm more than willing to listen. I think that personally, my experience working with employee groups is the more involved an employee group can be on a comfort level, looking at it in an overall team aspect, so to speak, the better off everybody is gonna be. I mean, happy employee is an employee that's gonna work hard for you and do the things that need to be done, and oftentimes go above and beyond when you have a large group of happy, satisfied employees. So, yeah, that's what I have to say at this point until I meet with them, and it's about all I have.
I know, the local asked me to come in when I was running and talk with them. And they asked me questions, you know, about some of the things that were on their minds, you know, that were, they thought were important to them. And I tried to be very honest with them where I thought, you know, we were. And, sometimes this must be a contractual year, right? This coming up, or is it 2026?
The contract is a 2026 bargain, and we would normally start in April
Okay,
of 20.
yeah, okay. All right, well,
Can I, factually, because it's now out in public, can I say at least a few things in regards to the letter?
sure, that's
Just
fine.
factually, so.
Yeah,
The part about not being collaborative, we bargained in some new grievance language, and that means whoever's grieving can ask to take the issue to the next labor management meeting, which, as soon as they ask, immediately halts all timelines of discussions until we have a discussion and until we finalize discussions, and then the timelines would start back up. So the griever has that ability, written in the CBA. They did not request that in this grievance. The first letter was a right to grievance, cease and desist, put everything back. So they, whoever's grieving, the district can grieve, it's rare. Like, I've never heard of the management grieving, but the griever, they could have asked to invoke that optional language of collaboration discussion. They chose not to invoke that and went right to grievance, cease and desist, you can't do what you're doing. That's one of the reasons that we didn't discuss. As they mentioned, the argument of an LOU was through another mediation negotiated by the lawyers, why it should be talking to the lawyers now. We are following the LOU to the intent of the LOU. So it's clear in the LOU that it was an initial staffing plan. It was only supposed to be when we haven't staffed it. We literally couldn't staff it and follow their remedy. Because we have to put people that we've hired people to put on that unit. They have to be put somewhere, so you can't have the old way and the new way, and then how do you mix those up? So if you go through the LOU, I think it's pretty clear where we are, we're pretty comfortable with our position. Talk about an effective staffing plan, that's literally what they're agreeing is. We do have an effective staffing plan. That's why we made the changes, is to make sure that we start getting the people where they need to be for the new stations, for the new staffing plan, having people for the dedicated unit, getting people, enough employees. This whole point was to get our staffing most appropriate to give services to the citizens, and that's where we are with this staffing plan. The debit hours, 2024, they got disciplined because there was plenty of opportunities and they did not use them. It wasn't there wasn't enough opportunities. It was that year, I can't remember if Jason can, we had hundreds of hours of overtime that could have all been worked as debit. And so the people got disciplined for not taking the opportunities provided them, not because there wasn't opportunities. Every year the local has been worried about not having enough debits, and so far every year we've ended with plenty of room for debits and still plenty of overtime. Same thing, the local had came to us last year and said there's not enough debits, we need to open the dedicated unit months early. Well, not only was there enough debits, we ended the overtime budget over 300,000 over budget.
yeah.
Because there was not only enough for debits, but so much more we had to do overtime. I can send you a copy letter, I sent in a letter back doing the math showing that there is plenty of, if you take historical sick leave usage, historical vacation usage, historical training time, historical comp time usage, there is plenty of debit days. We just don't know the days yet, because all those leaves, the local has the opportunity to take vacation tomorrow. Somebody could call in tonight and say, I want vacation tomorrow. Somebody could call in sick tomorrow morning. Those are what we staff debits. Only 58% of the debits last year were worked, is that right?
Yeah, roughly 60% was worked, 40% was canceled.
They cancel with comp time or vacation or whatever. So they don't put that in their number that they worry about debits. And the CBA does say that we will make spots open if there's not enough. But that doesn't mean we make them open now. What we do is we look at now and say, with our historical usage, will there be enough? Yes. And then we look at the end of quarter one. Does it appear like if we think about our historical usage for the next 9 months, would there be enough? Yes. If at some point we look at the historical usage and the number of debit days that are available, and we say, hey, those two numbers do not match up, we would do something. But that's most likely not going to happen until at least the second, or the end of the second quarter, start of the third quarter, and more likely the start of the fourth quarter, is where we would start getting to a pinch point. We've never had to get there. We monitor it every quarter. There's plenty of opportunities for debit days. Even since their letter to me, we've had 3 part-time employees get hired, which right there opens up 200 days, which was half of their concern. So just from the time they sent the letter to today, 200 debits have magically appeared on the books. But we know that through history, and we plan for that. And so that would be the same. The last thing I'd say about collaboration starts before the issue, not when you send a letter demanding to cease and desist. Collaboration is the committees that we do, the apparatus committee, the facility committee. Those are all with the local. So we do believe in collaboration, but kind of like what Craig says, collaboration happens during the boring times, during the mundane times when we're trying to move the organization forward. To me, that's when collaborations are, not when you get a letter that says, basically the locals letter says we would not control any way to staff the stations. And that is my number one job. That's our number one job, is making sure that we have the right people in the right places to provide the service level that you guys tell us to provide is our number one function, and we can't give that up and have an effective fire department, in my view. But we're still working with them. There's a process. The grievance process is set out. It'll work its way through, and there will be a resolution one way or the other.
You know, I would like to add too, in 2024, when we did have 17 employees finish owing debit hours, they didn't meet their debit obligation, and they received letters of reprimand or discipline. That particular year, we still paid out, I think, 1.1 million in overtime, and we did sit with the local between 24 and 25, and we did collaborate on why did that happen, and part of it was the process. That particular year, the way callbacks came out was an employee would get a notice that there's an opening, and they could choose whether they picked debit or overtime. And what happened is a lot of employees were picking overtime, not working debit, and then they got behind, and then towards the end of the year, you might have an employee that worked 600 hours of overtime but still owed 168 hours of debit, but they wanted to say, well, that's the district's fault for not providing opportunity. No, it was your fault for not managing your time and switching that to a debit shift instead of overtime. But we did, to the point of collaboration, we did sit at the end of that year and before 25, and we did collaborate with the local, and we refined that process. So we got, I think, a better system today than what we were operating in 24. And that what we were operating for callbacks in 24 was directed by the local. They wanted to switch to that callback system, and we agreed to it.
And part of that agreement, technically, those reprimands don't exist. Part of the agreement, when we changed the process, we agreed to remove all those reprimands. So, in essence, they really never did happen.
There's no
They've been
reprimand.
removed and expunged.
So when you were talking about letting the local know what's going on, like on a quarterly basis, is that something that you put down in writing? For instance, you mentioned so many days just opened up now. Is that something that you share like with their chairman, and then it's up to him to get the word out to everybody? Yeah. Okay.
you know, we meet by month, every other month with labor management, but because this was an issue, we emailed them not too long ago that we have part-timers, but we always say that, like, we know we're gonna lose part-timers. We know we're gonna have people out on paternity leave or maternity leave or FMLA or blow out a shoulder or break their leg or break their knee, or it's always something. I don't know the name and I don't know the dates,
It's gonna,
but it's gonna happen.
it's like in my former job, historically, you'd have an 8% loss of your workforce every day. I mean, that was just, didn't matter what happened, there was 8% of the people average every day that just sick, got in a car wreck on the way to work, whatever. So,
And we use, what we do is we basically use the last 3 years rolling average of per employee sick leave, vacation, comp, L&I, all those usages. And so we just have a 3-year rolling average and we use those to predict the future. And it's miraculously does not change much and is a pretty good predictor.
it's usually a
Yeah.
pretty steady number all the way through.
I just wanted to say real quick, oh, I went blank there. I can't personally say how I feel about that letter because it came from the union, but I will say that no one in this room on the union knew that letter was written or sent. That was the first we'd heard of it.
Okay. I'm sorry if I,
No, I'm glad
some sort of
to hear what are
confidence between you and your
Yeah.
chairman or whoever the group is there. That's not something I meant to do, but I thought we wanted to, I needed to have some explanation what's going on, you know, so.
Fair enough.
I want to share one other thing. And it was not mentioned in the letter, but came as part of my discussion with the union leadership. And I was told that morale at District 4 is at an all-time low. And that people are looking to find another place to work. Which concerns me a lot because it gets right back to exactly what you're talking about, Richard. Fostering and nurturing an atmosphere where people feel valued and listened to and appreciated is our job and your job, and you know it just is, because without you, we don't exist, and there's no reason for a fire department to be here if it's not for you. So I've been struggling with that a little bit, trying to figure out how do I find out what the satisfaction level is among firefighters, other than going to every station on every shift, and I understand that I think that I have some trust built with the firefighters and that they would be open, but I don't know for sure, you know, so how do we get that information and see, well, you know, and to take the temperature of the morale in the department. And I'm struggling with that a little bit because Chris and Gabe made it sound like things are not going well in the rank and file, and that concerns me. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I still haven't figured out how to best figure out or how to best ascertain what that level of employee satisfaction is. You know, I certainly don't want to hire what was the firm that did Monroe's?
I can't think of it. Yes. Anyway,
they did this big fancy thing and to question every firefighter, and I'll think of the name in a second. I don't think we need to go there, but if anybody has any ideas on how to take that temperature, I'd certainly appreciate it. Because if there's that significant of a problem in the department, we have huge issues. And I don't want to sit up here with blinders on thinking everything is rosy when it's not. So I personally want to figure out a way to find out what's going on. I'll get off my soapbox.
You're fine.
Anything else on that, Richard?
No,
Anyone else?
I just appreciate Chief sharing some of the background from that side, you know, and it'd be nice to hear from the other side in person too, I think. You know, we could at least ask questions, you know, just like I did here with the chief, you know, and you don't get to do that necessarily when you have just this.
Right.
And,
Right.
so, and like I said, I apologize to you folks. I did not know if you hadn't heard it before or read it or anything.
Stunning.
I made an assumption that you folks all had it.
I would have been assumption, we would have been involved with it.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, damn it, so maybe I shouldn't make assumptions like that all the time, but, and I don't want this to be something that's gonna, really mess up the local either. Because I don't think, that would be productive either, you know, and, anyway.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important for the bargaining unit and labor to have a, no, I won't.
Well, it's important that
Get on.
that we all, when I say we all, and I include everybody, contribute as much to the overall team as we can.
Yes.
As either a labor group or an individual or a management team, whatever it is. Everybody's got their own piece of the pie that they add, and it's important that we all understand what that is and how we can
Works together.
work together.
Richard, you asked to have elections.
Right.
Yeah, well, we certainly need to at least elect a vice chair. However, if there is a desire on the part of one or both of you to change the chair as well, it's entirely up to the board.
Well, I brought that up because I thought I didn't know who the vice chair was.
Oh, it was that.
And I thought since this is a new board, you know, we ought to start all at least together on where we're at.
Sure.
And so my inclination was to ask you to serve as chairman again, you know, or continuing that, unless it's something you don't wish to do. We just go from there, you know.
Well, I enjoy doing it. I would agree to do it again if that's your two desires.
And I agree with that sentiment too.
So we-
I would move that.
Okay,
So,
by acclamation, I guess I'm the chair,
okay.
once again. Yeah, but we need a vice chair.
That's right.
And so you guys want to arm wrestle, or I don't know?
Flip a coin.
No, I think you ought to do that. You've been here, you kind of know what's been going on here for a while, so I think you could step in to situations if, you know, if you're not able to be here, then I think that
Okay.
you might have a little more background in some of the more recent things, you know.
So I nominate Greg as vice chair.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I appreciate the confidence level.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're at staff reports. Oh, large warrants, I forgot. Sorry,
Large warrants.
I missed that. I need to make larger fonts on my,
That's all the numbers in case you.
I've got the numbers.
Well, we added, I didn't know you had.
I know.
Okay,
We're just now and then.
Trying to prepare.
So we have 6 large warrants. to take care of. 2 from Lawhead, one from Skyline, one from GFIS, which is huge, and then two from GenCap. Well, GenCap's is even.
Yeah, Jane Cap's
Yeah.
really large.
So we have warrants, and can we do these as a group? 25, 23, and then 2601 through 2605. Do you need the amounts?
I'm gonna give us the numbers, that's okay, right, that,
Yeah, it's okay.
And as I
Double
said,
checking to see, okay.
two were for Lawhead, one for Skyline, one for VFIS, and then 2, the recently added ones for GenCap, which are not in the packet.
Sorry for that with the holidays, it fell off of Derek's radar and then mine at that, Thad caught it this morning and.
Well, I was looking through it, I said, I wonder why there's nothing from GenCap, and I thought, well, maybe it's just, where the dates lined up, I didn't know.
Derek gave us the heads up, it's coming email
Okay.
on the 18th, and then,
And the 2 for GenCap, one was for 447,000 and change, and the other one was for about 1.1 million. And they're just, yeah, that's what they are. I move we approve those large ones.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I wanted a question first. Now, they all come out of their own, then, well, buckets, even though it's all done together.
Well, this is all out of the,
The only one that's out of 70 is BFIS, which is our annual insurance policy.
the large,
Everything
if you
else is
approve the
counted.
large warrant, it's on there what account it comes out of. So you, by you approving, I don't know which one BFI is, but if it's.
all of them are out of the
26,
construction budget except for the insurance.
Except for the insurance, yeah, okay.
Yearly insurance.
Yeah, that's part of the large warrant form at the beginning, and it has all the information.
Okay, I thought that was what
Yeah.
it was, but I just wanna make sure, know which pot he's taking the money out of.
Oh, he wouldn't let that get out of his hands if it didn't.
Oh, I
happen.
see. Okay, so, yeah, thank you for,
The
before the vote, anyway, so.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Question,
Yes.
chief, the VFIS, is that all of our insurance?
Yes,
We get everything through
Covers
that
all the
one
buildings,
stop
the
shop,
vehicles.
basically?
yes.
We have, not medical, obviously, not long-term disability,
Right.
not
It's
long-term
not-
disability,
Just
so not some
capital,
of that stuff, but
capital
like.
coverage, liability.
But then, well, I was getting there, but like the workers' comp for the chaplains is through VFIS, so it's a little.
Well,
Oh.
they're actually, we switched them to
Oh, switched them.
Illinois, yeah.
Okay.
A couple years ago, it was cheaper, better coverage and more universal.
I thought there was something weird. Anyway, and then we have one rider for cyber to get to the required amount that's not through VFS. So they give us $1 million through the main one, and then we have another $1 million
Okay, stop,
rider.
I'm sorry I asked.
I'm going to be very transparent. I like to be collaborative.
I was just, yeah.
I can drone on about something other than audits if you want.
Yeah,
Details.
you thought audits were boring, let's go down to insurance.
I got all kinds of details, buddy.
No, don't get me started on that insurance. You don't even want to hear my thoughts about insurance. Now we're on to staff reports.
You want to start, Jason?
Sure, I'll start.
Oh, you just tried to offload that, didn't you?
Tried to.
Yeah, you tried.
I won't reread what I wrote, I just, noticed, most of the December, we had a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, that we were under, I don't know if you guys noticed, the flood watch, so we had some.
There was water?
There was water, and, so we had the opportunity to do a few days of, staffing additional people, we put a couple extra water techs on.
Cool.
We tried where possible to move our water techs down for deployment reasons, to a downtown station, the station. We had at one point, Chelan, task force that hung out here for a day and a half, I wanna say, with 9
Guard
people.
was, were they here as well?
They were here as well. So we had a Chelan County task force that was located at Station 43, and they actually right during our busy time. So we ended up, I think, evacuating roughly 33 people from homes during that period, and I think 7 to 9 from vehicles, including unfortunately one fatality on Marsh Road. And then, absent of my report, I should have added that we also then sent a medic unit as part of the task force up to Skagit for, I think, 3 days. They were up there as part of a regional response or a mode, state mode. So we staffed a medic unit up there, and they got to go hang out up in Skagit and help cover calls.
Cool.
So a lot
So
of flood-related stuff in December.
Were they moved in there for flood emergencies or just for general coverage?
Yes, both.
Okay.
But it was due to the flood, but they got pre-positioned up there to help isolated areas, so like pre-positioned medic
Okay.
units and engines.
And they were, I don't know what the way, married with a water rescue team. Right, so we were the ALS coverage, supporting the water rescue team, but then able to respond anywhere because they were whatever. So they had, I don't remember who they were with. Do you?
It was Sultan, MSO, there was a whole group of them
Yeah.
from Snohomish County that went up as a task force. So,
So, can I ask a question about that? So a state vote, does different finances kick in there?
yes, we will get potentially reimbursed for some of that. They're still working on the Snohomish County declaration, emergency declaration, to see if it would be eligible for funds, but DEM was, today was saying, please submit hours because they're working on seeing if we can get reimbursed.
But the Skagit County, we get fully reimbursed
Yeah,
for.
Skagit County will get reimbursed for sure for, so.
And we might get reimbursed from some of our
Snohomish
Snohomish
County.
overtime.
And then, for instance, the people that came from Chelan, they might get reimbursed. for-
Yeah, they will.
But it's
Yep.
not out of our pot or?
Yeah, the only thing up in the air on reimbursement would be when we added additional staffing, the 2 additional water techs and a BC
Okay.
for a couple days. That's still up in the air whether we will or will not get reimbursed for that. But anything, medic unit going to Skagit will get reimbursed. Anybody that comes in from Chelan, they'll get reimbursed as part of the state vote.
Okay.
Just
and
like the wildland mobilizations, no different.
Oh, okay.
similar process. And then the hours report, I will just say to add on to the discussion we had earlier. In 2023, no employees got disciplined, everybody worked the debit. 24, we had an issue, we collaborated, and I'm happy to say in 2025, all employees worked their debit hours. So that collaboration and refining that process worked. I would say we don't, from my perspective, it was the way the callbacks went out in 24 aided in that problem. We identified that, sat with the local, hammered out a new process, and nobody finished in 25 owing hours. Everybody worked their required debit.
Chief, would it be possible, and I don't want to create a whole lot of work, to see over time, say in a 5-year span, just a simple graph of what overtime costs have been? I'm just curious, if we could,
I can get that for you.
year to year, are we kind of just running, kind of level, or are we trending up, trending down? I'm just curious.
Yeah, when we go to a retreat, I can.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That
Yeah.
6-year plan that you look at.
Yeah.
I just hide the previous year, so if I just unhide, you'll just see
Okay,
the overtime.
that'd be great, thanks.
Any questions? And I'll just say, Greg's report was, he just said he didn't do much in December, so. No, he's
You celebrated the holidays, didn't you?
It was a
shortest
little-
Greg report ever.
It was a little more abbreviated
Yeah.
than normal.
Let's see, well, I can tell you, the pointers for the finance area, the GEMT revenue that we've been waiting for, it came in. It was just shy of 1.1 million, and that was over what we had budgeted, so that is a good thing. We also had $78,000 of mobilization revenue come in. And then the SAO audit, I'm told that that's gonna be wrapped up before I leave on vacation next Wednesday. So we'll see. Kind of got my
So when is that
balance all of a
exit
sudden, so.
interview thing?
They haven't scheduled it yet. but I have a meeting with them on Wednesday morning, so I'm hoping if I don't hear from them tomorrow, that at least I'll get word on Wednesday.
And I'd be willing to sit through that.
It's just gonna be
It's
short,
riveting.
because Monday's a holiday, I doubt they're working Thursday, Friday, I'm not on Friday, so Thursday and Tuesday are their, those are their only opportunities, they want me there. So.
Okay.
And then I'm going on vacation, I'm excited about that, but we've been working on getting the finance office set up so I can actually disconnect. And I appreciate you guys' support in that. It's been a bit of an endeavor just to get everybody up to speed, get redundancy
Right.
built in.
Everybody feels comfortable.
Yeah, and we've been working on that the last 3 months pretty significantly, having Caitlin and Sam both do different things that they've done before, and then backing each other up and double checking things and whatnot. So anyways, this will be the real test.
So is
See
it
how goes.
primarily Caitlin and Sam, or does it
Yes.
slop over into?
Now, we've kind of stopped the slop over. So, yeah, with the division and we've just been able to work things out. Shauna and Kate, or Alex are amply busy doing their own work. They don't need to worry about finance and numbers and things either. They're plenty busy, so.
Okay.
At least as of now,
And finance is technical enough that it's hard to pop in every
it's, yeah.
4 months and be able to.
Remember what it.
What was that spreadsheet again? Which columns?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I suppose that it's, not that all of the work that you ladies do is not critical, but when it comes to the legality of running the department, they're probably a little stronger in the finance side. Well, except for records retention, never mind.
Yeah, they each have their own, you know.
But what you're saying is processes are very important, and that's what I mean. You can't
Yeah.
just pop in
Yeah.
every 4 months and understand
Right.
the
Different processes.
complex process. It-
Sure.
It might not be super hard, but it has to be exactly
The same
perfect.
every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it's not, we don't only have to have redundancy for when somebody's absent, but we have to have redundancy as per the SAO, that they're looking for all kinds of reviews of just about everything.
Double checks and
Matter of
cross
fact,
checks.
yeah. Anyway, so that's going on, and that'll be the true test, and we'll see what happens. And that's about it for me. A couple of quick highlights.
So I have a question.
Yeah,
Where are you going on vacation?
gonna go find some warmth. I'm heading south.
What, Portland?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on.
I'm leaving the country.
Yeah, come on.
St. George,
Oh,
Utah
it's-
is warm as hell.
Yeah, I just got back from Texas. It was warm, but not
So is
very.
Cabo San Lucas, I've heard.
Nah, I've never been to Cabo. Tell me.
Chief?
Good.
What
Uh,
can you tell us?
Really, it's, I'm learning on capital projects that, the end is really busy, so we got 41, and the beginning is really busy, so I'm now working on 43 of that, and then the bid process is also really busy, which I'm working on 42, so, managing those 3 projects is just taking up a lot of time to make sure that
Yeah.
we're hitting our mark to be into 41 when we want to, and then 43 is getting off the ground, and we're setting 42 up with the right, so that's probably a lot of time.
Have we gotten anything back from the, was it soils people?
The septic,
Or septic?
yeah, he was out there Sunday. Did some-
Sunday?
Sunday, yeah, did some of his own test holes and said everything still looks like it's fitting within whatever he said. Nothing,
Well, if they're doing it this time of year with as much rain as we've had.
worst case scenario.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so he checked out geoengineers test beds and it sounded like he got to come up with his own and nothing was conserved. So he'll be getting us, just to remind that contract was for him to get us a quote or a bid to do the real thing.
Right.
So we should be getting that in the next few months. Other than that, I would say WSRB, I think I sent it out, we dropped, basically half our credit down to a 3, which is, I think, pretty good, because basically, we didn't get any credit for the fire marshal, because we didn't have enough up and
Yeah.
running, our hope was to do that, so I really do think between that and the ladder and then just the normal
Hydrant inspections?
hydrant inspections, the normal improvements that we are all planning to make, that we should be there in 5 years.
Can we request it sooner than
I don't know, I was gonna ask them that, so like, just to give you an example, the fire marshal section, I don't know if you could look, but we got 84% of the points in the fire district and 32% of the points in the city.
Oh,
Right, I mean, that tells you,
yeah.
we should be able to get pretty close to what the county's doing. Like, everything we wanna do is not, you know, the county's not some super whatever. So that is our goal right there. So, if we get there, I will probably inquire whether we can or can't get it. But it's gonna be close, right? Because they're not gonna give us the ladder credit full until we've been doing that for a couple of years. If it doesn't get here until 2029, I mean, in service, right? So we probably wouldn't wanna ask until 2031, that's 5 years.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Gentlemen, any comments?
Yeah, I have a couple here. I'm not gonna be able to make it to the Snow Isle Commissioner meeting on the 24th. I'm not gonna be able to make that one. I wanna let you know that. And then
You want me to save you a piece of prime rib?
Oh, now that Richard knows there's food, he's gonna.
no, I know there's food. I've been there before, so I just.
You didn't tell him it was
Yeah.
prime rib.
Anyway, and then I was, I know I got an email back a ways that we were renumbering, like 41 and 40,
Stations.
44 and all that kind of stuff. Is there some sort of a cost factor with that's there, you know, like
Very
the
minimal.
patch costs $2 or something like that, or?
We had to do a few placards on some of the reserve rigs, but minimal.
but that really wasn't because of the changing of numbers, that was because of adding a station.
Yeah.
So we had to buy 44, because we're gonna go to 4 stations when this is done, so that, whether we move the numbers around now, later, we would have to buy.
Yeah.
Gotta buy 'em anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I was just curious about that. And then, you saw me down there, by the site, this afternoon, and, I've been told that on social media here in the Snohomish area, there's some people that are not too happy about the way the road is in front of the new station down there. Particularly how the sidewalks come way out. So I went down there and measured that today from where it is with my tape measure. It's 20 feet across there. And, you know, a typical parking place is 8 feet wide. So I can see why some people maybe have some issues, but of course the thing isn't cleaned up yet, so. But that all fell into the city code, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the traffic calming bulbs are a requirement by the city. They believe that narrowness, traffic engineers, I don't know, helps slow people down for pedestrians. So the bulbs we didn't have a choice. The bulbs is what they're called, is the city's requirement there. The fourth was supposed to be done and paved long ago, but the city, stormwater, didn't end up the way they said it would, and so we've had to redesign it, and then the redesign, where it hooks into Second, where the storm pipe's supposed to go is, dead center, where a PSC gas line is. We've designed ways to go under it and over it, but the city doesn't like those. So we've sent them a plan to get all the way halfway down Pine towards Second and basically wash, because this is their project that we are managing for free for them. And wash our hands of it, and then they would, when they can argue with PSC, because PSC had to move a gas line on Third for us. Actually, they didn't have to move it, they just had to cap it, right? It took like 6 months of arguing with them and another 6 months to get it done. So we've asked the city let us get that other storm drain halfway down so that we can repave Pine. Because until we get the sewer off of Third and Pine, they can't finish the bulbs at Third. They can't do any paving on Fourth until all the bulbs are done because of the way it has to slope. They can't do the intersection, so everything is just waiting for the city to tell us how to finish the sewer, and then we can get that all wrapped up. But it is just sitting there annoying until the city can tell us how to finish. And literally the storm can be done in a couple days, and then the paving can be done in the first, they have to have enough dry, warm weather. It is a couple day process with weather, so as soon as the city says, here's the solution, and it's not wait for BSE, we could be done, all done and off of there in 2 weeks. On top of that, what our contractor asked to do 6 months ago was to close Pine down for 2 weeks, to do all of the infrastructure and the paving, like just close it down. The city would not let them close it down. They had to maintain one lane, and that's why it drug out from summer into the middle of winter. So my view was 2 weeks of no pine is a whole lot better than 6 months of half a pine. So yes, we have pretty much no say in all of that. It's our project. The building is, the infrastructure is really their project, but yes, we can nudge and cajole and beg the city, but that's where we lie on anything that's off property, off the building property.
All righty. And then I had one other thing here. I was wondering if we have like a dedication committee going already for the dedication of the new facility? Got one going?
We do. We have some staff member, and then we had just talked, met with the cabin. We might be looping some of them in. I think that's where we have it finalized.
Okay. Is there, we don't know when it's gonna be complete, but do we wanna move in like early April or May, something like that?
We're still trying to get 100% final of that, so we're looking at moving in the beginning of April. We're tentatively looking at a grand opening maybe on, we haven't set that on Baja Day, but if not, it would be in that July to September time frame is when the grand opening it would be. So we're looking at late summer, probably late summer for the grand opening, move in late spring.
All right. So, yeah, because I was thinking about people we should invite, former commissioners and things like that. I think would be a good deal to do.
We will get your input as we get closer.
Okay,
Right now, we're focused on
finishing.
finishing and moving.
Yeah.
Paving pine.
Paving pine, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and there's one other thing. You said something.
No, you said one other thing.
Well, this is an addendum to that.
An addendum to the addendum?
But no, it had something to do with, I guess I need to go to get some training from like Schneider or something like that.
Oh, thank you for
And
reminding me.
you
For
mentioned,
OPMA?
you mentioned that.
You can do it online.
So
Oh, you do it online?
you can, so we need to
Oh.
decide, he just did it for you two, for you, redo and you, we can either, I think you can either go to OPMA and do the online one, you can go to one of SNR's conferences I said, I think there are a few
Yeah,
days
okay.
where we could have SNR do an online, virtual for the two of you. And the only difference is the OPMA is OPMA only, SNR goes into a little bit more commissioner duties and functions of a board and like that. To meet the law, the OPMA, from OPMA, it's fine. So it's really up to you two, because you just did one for the SCIMS board, what your preference is. Obviously, if we're gonna pay SNR to do it, it would only make sense if we both chose that. If one of you wants to go to the conference and one of you wants to do the online one, we can those can be however you want to do it.
What do you want to do, Richard?
Well, I'd like to stay around here. And
Yeah,
not go
I'm-
any place for right
Yeah,
now.
I
so-
think that, yeah, so I think the OPMA is probably the way to do it.
Okay.
Online.
Yeah, just do it online.
Yeah, if you
Been through
can't,
the training before, so it's just,
so you can just go to OPMA, it's right there. If you can't find the link, let me know and we'll give it to you. And what happens is after you finish the course, they'll email you or give, somehow you'll get a certificate from them. Have you done that one?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get the certificate, all you have to do is bring it in so that we can put it in your file.
Now are you done?
I have no other addendums.
I have one thing that I was kicking around. And it was brought up from your comment from last meeting about response times.
Yeah.
And I'll just throw it out. All involves both of you guys. What I thought, I was trying to think, what can I do personally to help response time? And I thought, well, if we as commissioners put a challenge out to the crews that says, we'll come in and feed a winning crew for the best response time over a 2-month period for all 3 responding stations for that crew. Commissioners will come in and feed them a meal.
As long as you could.
Oh, no problem, no problem, like a steak,
Sure.
steak
Yeah,
and
I'm all
seafood
right.
type thing.
Can I have an addendum?
Yes,
Can you wait till we know that we can get that data? Are we sure we can get out by crew,
Oh, by crew?
by shift? We're
By
still
shift.
building
It
our.
would be by shift, okay.
by
by
shift. We're
shift.
still building our
I like
data.
the idea, let's give them a chance to make sure that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
well,
hoping- we're hoping
I
that's
kinda
done
thought we
next.
could already do that, but if we can't do it yet, then, yeah, okay, when you guys can do that, then we'll pay for the meal for the crew that has the
So
best time.
the other thing is our hope, once we get it, will be, love your idea, but we'll be giving that information to the crew, so why don't we let them see their
And-
information
right,
for a couple of
right,
months?
Right, yeah, part of it is
Right,
a spirit of
yeah.
competition.
But that's what I mean,
Part
so-
of it is, showing that we care about the community and what happens. We also care about, making sure the crews understand what their effect is on all that.
So as soon as we start reporting it to the crews monthly, we'll let you know.
Okay.
And then we can let that sit,
Then we'll-
so that way everybody knows their baseline.
And then we'll put a start clock
Yeah.
on and a stop clock and.
Staff is willing to be the test pilot. I can get you our
Yeah,
turnout times
true.
like next week, so like.
25 minutes is a little.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You'd have to go on a call first.
oh.
Only have to go on one call though.
Only
I
have to
like
go on
that.
one and
I
have to
like
be
that.
quick.
Yeah.
But it'll get thrown out.
Oh,
Not too
we know the bounds.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody's reading up the policy.
Okay,
and
that's all I have.
No, that's good, and like I said, we hope spring, fall,
Go on more
we're working on
calls.
annual report first before we go into those next level stats.
Okay, sure. Cool, good.
Am I speaking out of turn over there? She's leading the project. Okay. All right, make sure I don't say something I'm not
Yeah, I
supposed
didn't
to.
say I was gonna arrive, I just said I'd turn out.
I have nothing to add. That's it?
That's it?
What?
I'm sorry about that.
There being no further business, the board, we adjourn at 18:49.